There was that leaked clip of Biden that came out talking with these civil rights leaders. Did you hear that? Where
I did.
he's just being very openly dismissive and really making it clear that he's not going to be inclined to do shit for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's couching his position in this sort of law is the law, I'm not going to exceed my mandate, it's wrong to exceed one's mandate or whatever kind of argument. But it's very transparent. I mean, aggressive executive action, I think, is just part of any administration. It's a matter of to what ends you're doing it.
Biden's like, listen up, Mac and Jack, like Max and Jacks out there. It's an historic moment for representation of people named Mac and Jack in our country.
Oh, geez. I mean,
Biden's just shouting them out every day, just about all your Macs. And Mac is really important. He makes those trucks.
My favorite Bidenism, which I guess if they put it on a shirt or a hat, maybe I'd forgive them a bit, is that time he was at a rally.
I think I know the one you're about to talk about.
Yes, he was at a town hall and the older guy asked him a question that was, I don't know, questioning his record correctly. And Biden just gets immediately flustered and says, listen, fat. He's referring to the guy as fat, as if you'd say dude or hey, son, hey, fat, listen up.
Yeah, I love it. He can't even be bothered to come up with an insult. It's just, listen here, fat. Like an actual name to call him.
That's so much more hurtful.
That's the real distinction, I think, in some ways between Trump and Biden is just Biden is further along in terms of mental decay. He's still an asshole. And he's still just a totally dismissive, arrogant guy. But whereas Trump could be bothered to come up with these great names like Little Marco or Low Energy Jeb or whatever it was, with Biden, it's just listen up, fat. I mean, if you listen to this clip,
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, it's this totally dismissive tone that he has in this clip. Well, we've seen so much change in our lives. As far as Biden's concerned, it's well, you can't be openly discriminatory anymore. And then I just love what he says. This is Biden. He says, what I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far.
Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one.
Which sounds word for word like something Trump would say.
Yes.
Exactly. Something he would say. It's what more do you want? And then he says that he is he's talked about restoring the soul of the nation.
I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms. One was on restoring the soul of this country.
Which, whatever the fuck that means.
Ice cream every Sunday with Joe via Zoom.
That was the primary demand of Black Lives Matter, right? We need the soul restoration.
No,
I don't know. Biden's, Biden's you people, you like soul, right? Always singing that soul music.
Yeah. When I said restoring the soul of the nation.
Restoring the soul.
What did you think I meant?
He's yeah, that plays with this crowd, right?
I thought the same thing. And I think with both of them, with Biden, it's that he's declined mentally, definitely. I mean, you can see an interview with him in 2016. Have you seen that interview with him where they're talking to him about the Democratic primary? Watching that video, you see how he's just a totally different person. His whole look is just literally more lively. And so that's why his speeches suck and he might launch into something like that. With Trump, is because it's a mixture of that and that he just literally thinks that everything is absolutely the best because it's his and everything.
Yeah, Trump is just, his personality is just more of an asshole. But also, I mean, it's I think with both of them, it's this boomer dismissiveness. I mean, they just don't care. It's they've got theirs and they've seen a lot change superficially in their lifetimes. And they're it's what more do you want? They don't they don't understand what things are like for most people in this country.
Yeah. I mean, with Biden, he definitely gave us a piece of his mind. He gave that now infamous quote where he's saying about young people today, who were talking about all these challenges. He said, give me a break. And everyone laughed. And he's I have no empathy. I have no empathy. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Doing his best, John Stossel. Give me a break.
And then there's the equally infamous nothing will fundamentally change line that by that point he was already campaigning and this was a meeting with donors. And in both those cases, I think you got a just frank sense of who he was, just pure distilled Biden.
Yeah, he still usually has the sense to keep his stuff behind closed doors. But, maybe as he continues to mentally decline, I mean, I don't know. You got to enjoy this stuff, right? I mean, you got to laugh at it occasionally. And maybe we'll get more to laugh at as time goes on.